Go to Hot 97 for a chance to win a free copy of the 1619 Project written by me, Nikole Hannah-Jones. My inspiration behind the 1619 Project really began a long time ago when I was a high school student. And my high school Black Studies teacher gave me a book called Before the Mayflower by Lerone Bennett. And that was the first time I'd ever read about the year 1619, which is the year the first Africans were sold into the colony of Virginia, and they came off of a ship called the White Lion. And so I've long thought about why we learn about the Mayflower in 1620, but no one ever felt we needed to learn about another ship that came a year earlier in 1619. What's important for people to know about the 1619 Project is that it's not just about the past. Every essay in the book really starts with something modern in America and then traces back that phenomenon's kind of surprising links to slavery. We talk about American capitalism and how American capitalism really was created on the backs of enslaved Black labor, and that so many of the accounting systems, of the way that we do work in this country actually is not a product of the Industrial Revolution, but is a product of the plantation. My opening essay is on democracy, and it speaks of how our founders, when they created this country, founded this country on the ideals of individual liberty, but actually practiced slavery. And Black Americans read the words of the Declaration, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and have fought to actually make them true. And so my essay talks about how Black people are the most democratizing force in the history of this country. There's a great essay about the 5 so-called civilized tribes that engaged in chattel slavery, and really talks about how we could not have the institution of African slavery in this country without the theft of indigenous lands. But then some of the tribes in the southeast part of the country where we had the most slavery, part of how they tried to keep white Americans from stealing their land was to undergo a process of civilization that included being slaveholders of African people themselves. So I think people will find so many illuminating stories that connect the country we live in today, including mass incarceration, the Second Amendment, everything from citizenship to the struggle for Black liberation, and how we have tried to overcome slavery in a country that said it was founded on ideas of freedom. I wish all of the listeners of Hot 97 a happy Black History Month. Black History Month, of course, is the shortest of all months, but it's also the most powerful. And I believe, as I believe many of you do, that we celebrate Black history in this country every day of the year, because you would not have American history without Black history.